how much have you been able to begin preparing for the Pacers? And do you think that the attention to detail with the scouting report and whatever else you guys do over the next 24 hours would be more in depth than you would spend for an opponent in a regular season game?
I think the preparation is it's not too much different, during the season. The games come fast, so we're accustomed to working at this pace. Our coaches work very hard. We got in last night, watched some film with our team this morning. But it's business as usual as far as the grind and the preparation. That never changes for us. There's just certain things you have to do going into every game to walk out with a victory. So we try to just focus on those 3 or 4 things that we absolutely need to do to neutralize, their strengths. But we had a good, walkthrough practice, and I love the energy. I love the vibe. A lot of excitement. So we're happy to be here.
Eric, next row.
Hey, Griff. Both Dame and Giannis had talked a little bit about reaching your guys' potential as an offense and how last night felt like the first kind of glimpse of getting closer and closer to that. Just what are you seeing from you guys offensively?
I just think we're continuing to trend in the right direction. I think, this in-season tournament has actually been a huge positive for us because it kind of accelerated some of our chemistry. As you saw last night, we were really clicking on all cylinders. Do we expect to score 140-plus points every night? No, but I think the execution was there, getting in the paint, making the right reads, playing off each other, sharing the ball. I think we had 32 assists. The ball was hopping. Those are positive. Those are things that we can duplicate game after game. Are we going to score that many points? Obviously, probably not. But I love the concepts behind it, the discipline behind of executing versus a very good Knicks team. And I know tomorrow is going to be the opportunity for us to we got to be disciplined on both sides of the floor. Indiana's fast. They get the ball out. They get the ball up the floor. They have multiple ball handlers. They got multiple personnel that can shoot the ball at a high level. So we got to do a lot of things well tomorrow.
Front row on your left.
Hey, Coach. 2-part question. The new court. Being in Vegas. Just your early thoughts on the in-season tournament in that. How the atmosphere is. Just in the walkthrough. And then second, Malik Beasley. I mean, shooting 46% from 3. I think he's top 10 in percentages, and he has the highest volume out of those top 10 players. What have you seen from him in terms of, what he brings to this team, and how key is he, to helping guys like Giannis and Dame spacing the floor when they get blitzed and other situations like that too?
I think to answer your first question, there's been a lot of excitement before coming to Vegas. We saw last night. It was a lot of electricity in the building. We expect the same tomorrow. The players are excited about being here. They know what's at stake, and we're treating it like a playoff game, which it is. We're treating it as it's June, that we're fighting for something, we're building for something. I think this is going to help us later down the road. So definitely enjoy being here. I think it's been a home run as far as the in-season tournament goes. And as far as with Malik, he's just been invaluable to us. He's the kind of the piece that makes this all kind of click as far as his shooting and how he can space the floor, how he keeps the defense honest. Because Dame and Giannis, they command a lot of respect, and rightly so, and they command a lot of attention. And to B's credit, not just on the offensive end, he's been tremendous on the defensive end. Last night I thought he did outstanding, good as job as you can on Brunson, who's phenomenal in pick and rolls. He's going to score, but I thought how he got his points. I think in the first half we were fouling a little bit too much, but I thought in the second half we started to settle down. We started to really lock in defensively. We held them to 50 points in the second half, and I think Bees is a big part of that big reason. Just he's taking the challenges on the defensive end, and then they trust him on the offensive end. I always know when the ball is hopping is when Malik is, he's having 5, 6 threes. I know that we're playing the right way and sharing the ball and making the right reads, and he's kind of benefits from a lot of attention that Dame and Giannis get, and they trust him out there, and they trust the pass with him.
Jim over here.
Adrian, throughout this point of the season, you've talked about your growth as you're going through this as a first-time head coach, things you're learning, things you're trying to do better. What do you think, now that you're here, this game or maybe even Saturday can do for you and your staff, considering it can be a championship one? And I know that's, the one in June is also another goal. What can you maybe draw from this as
I think it's always just the process of every day coming in. How can we prepare? How can we be better as a coaching staff? And you always got to come in with a clear message. And I think that's something I've learned from all the coaches that I've been under. I've been fortunate to play in playoff games and started in the finals as a player. I've coached in the finals and won a championship as a coach. So that's the way, bringing those experiences to the table. But at the end of the day, it's always about how can we best prepare our players. And we, as a coaching staff, you're always searching for better ways. You're always evolving. You're always tweaking your philosophy, but staying true to your values. And, this is a different team that as far as we have veteran teams, we have someone like Brooke. And so I've had to kind of adjust some of my defensive philosophies to fit this team, and it's been all positive. When you have someone like Brooke back there spearheading our defense and protecting the rim, you'd be kind of, foolish not to take advantage of it. So he's a big part of why we're continuing to get better on the defensive end. If you look at, especially last game, we were number 2 in protecting the restricted area. We're number 1 protecting above the break 3, number 2 in protecting the corner 3, just on that game alone. Areas we have to improve, though, defend without fouling. I thought we fouled a little bit too much. I thought, we got to limit them to one shot. That's something that we continue to preach. But I like how we're trending, and that's all we can do as coaches every day is just find ways to get better.
Take last question in the back row, Scott.
Adrian, Tyrese and the Pacers want to make it a track meet. Is that something you're comfortable with, or is it important for you guys to have more balance and try to slow the game down?
No, it is what it is. When every game, every opponent, you're going to be presented with certain challenges. And for us, one of those challenges is to make great decisions when the shot is taken. Either we crashing or you have to sprint back. There's just no way around. There's no gray area. Make or misses, they get that ball out the net and they get it up the floor. They play with great pace and they put a lot of pressure on your defense. But I also say that your offense is also, oftentimes your best defense as well. When we execute, when we take care of the ball, that's ways to keep them out of the open floor. And then again, on misses, there's no jogging. Sometimes it's that black and white. You got to sprint back and get our defense set, make them see, a sea of bodies, and then, go from there. And I have a lot of confidence in our half-court defense, but it's getting in them there. It's always a challenge when you play the Pacers.
Thank you, Coach.
Yep, thank you.